We didn't have the same 49-0 record. Then you think about baseball, and we were very successful. We won the state championship. We won the state championship in Legion. We made it pretty deep in the playoffs in Legion each year. Had several guys go play Division I. We were nationally ranked. All team sports. In track, I was a participant. That was it. And so then you start thinking about education. Rummel offered an education like no other. Was it as good as Jesuit? Who knows? Holy Cross, Brother Martin. In the end, probably all the same, right? But none of these things are the reason that any of us are here tonight. It's not football. It's not baseball. It wasn't even the education. Rummel was way more than that. I was in the second 8th grade class at Rummel. So when I got here, that was my classroom, room 10. We had room 11, which I think Jerry was in. Yeah. And we stayed as a cohort the entire day. And so you really get to know people. They moved us around wherever there was an empty room, all the way on the other side of campus, upstairs, wherever. And so you get to know people and learn how people are. That's what Rummel was all about. It really wasn't wins and losses. And so fast forward 30 years. So I'm sitting at home. I have 3 boys. One's away at college. I have 2 boys. One looks like Travis. He's got a big beard, long hair. And they go to 2 different high schools. It's equivalent to one going to Brother Martin, one going to Rummel. And so my middle son was home. We had just finished dinner. And he's about 260 pounds. He's an offensive lineman, and he is a prototypical offensive lineman. He smells. Smart guy. But his team is 2-4, and they were picked to go pretty far in the playoffs. So they're struggling. Coaches are mad. Parents are mad. Emails going back and forth, which I'm glad we didn't have email when we were there. Kids are mad. And so he asked me, he said, "Dad, what do you think about all this?" The previous 2 games, parents didn't come out of the stands, but got into coaches' faces. Which, yeah, should never happen, right? So I said, you know what? I personally would not handle a situation like that. I can get pretty fired up. I'm pretty competitive, but I certainly wouldn't do that. I said, but you know what? I've been through some lean years, so I can tell you what to say. And so we talked, and I said, the only thing I can tell you, my biggest piece of advice, is give it your all. Do everything you can on the field. Listen to your coaches. But in the end, it's not really about football. It's about these same guys that are there. They're going to be these same guys that are here 30 years from now. It's doing something with your buddies that you're having fun. Things you love. You think August practice is fun? No. Working out in the summer is fun? No. I don't know if the weight room has AC. It didn't then. His does. And so he's like, you're right. So this was just Monday night. Literally Tuesday night. Again, he's the only one home. My phone rings, and I go pick it up, and it was Travis. And so I answer the phone. We chat for a bit, and Travis said, the DBs are going to be in full force on Thursday night. All 4 of us are here. We ran a 50 defense, and as Coach Bo said, I didn't really have to do anything because they covered their men. So I was able to play center field and just get some interceptions, but that's to be determined. But they would be here supporting me. I haven't seen some of these guys in literally 30 years. I moved out of New Orleans in 1996 and really haven't been back much. So I walked out of the room, talked to my son, and he said, who called you? I'm like, my buddy Travis. How do you know him? Well, I went to high school with him 30 years ago. He said, what did he say? I was like, he said he's going to be there Thursday. He was like, really? That's cool. You haven't seen him in forever and he was there? Some of these same guys were at my mom's funeral in 2014, and it probably had been 20 years before I saw them. Again, Rummel's not just about football. I'm very appreciative of my time here. I'm like you, Jay. My brother was here. I couldn't wait to get here. Once I got here, I loved it. You're 16, so you don't really love every minute. 17, 18. But we made a lot of mistakes. We learned a lot of lessons. We built a lot of relationships. And I feel as though if I had to do it all again, I probably would do it the exact same way. Pick the exact same school, play the exact same sports. You know, long for the day when you can just put the pads on, but I can't find 10 of my best friends to go put pads on it. And so I'm kind of stuck playing pickup basketball with my 3 sons, and I went from the first pick to the last pick. And it's just the way it is. And so I'd like to call out some of my teammates as well. Trey Stevens, he was corner. Steve Saravalo was corner. Travis Carter was the other safety. Jerry LaRiviere, he was a tight end, played some defense. Francione, there he is, shown as our running back. And then a year above us was David Orlando. I don't think I missed anyone. David played running back. It was a great time. We loved it. And I appreciate everything that I've learned from Rummel. Hopefully, I've taken it forward. I would certainly send my kids here. Anytime we talk high school with my kids, I almost don't want to gloat that I had such a good high school experience that their high school experience is nothing like what we experienced. And so to me, it's a great award. But it's not just my award, it's our whole team's award. Every single person that came through these doors in his own way had something to contribute to the school. Whether or not they played sports, whether or not they were in the Genetians or the band. The reason Rummel is what it is because of every kid that came through here. And just as Rummel shaped us, we shaped Rummel. And so in the future, we just need to keep giving back and doing what we do. Thank you.